I actually feel like I'm the most confident I've ever been in my life. And he said, why is that? And I was like, do you know what? It sounds daft, but it's definitely down to running, because I actually believe in myself more. It can just get too much, can't it? But I feel like everyone feels that, no matter if it's work, if it's family, home life, whatever. We all seem to, again, just be weirdly so busy again and forget to have that time for yourself. Have that time as well for you, like when you find whatever gives you that sense of release, calmness, whatever you want to call it, then keeping it up.
How are you, Zara? Are you okay?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yes, very well, thank you. Now, before we hit record on this, we were just talking about like how wintry things are becoming in the UK. It's pretty bleak on the morning of this record, and we've both actually done the same thing. Said we were going to go out for our run, and then not done that, and gone and, well, you trained in a gym class. I trained in my shed. Do you find it do you find it quite difficult when it comes to the winter, that sort of motivation side of things?
Definitely. The dark mornings, dark nights do not help. I find it really hard to get motivated, but I do actually really enjoy running when it's a lot cooler. So yeah, it's but just sometimes you just want to stay in on the sofa, don't you, and just eat a lot of things.
I guess it's a bit of a catch-22, right? Like, because I always find like if you're out and you're and then it starts raining, you're absolutely fine. But it's that stepping out of the door when it's absolutely hammering down that is like, oh, I could really, like you say, just kind of be inside watching a film right now. That would be much nicer.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely mind over matter, isn't it? Yeah, once you get going, you're fine. It's just those first couple of Ks feel like, why am I doing this? Who am I?
Exactly that. Right, I want to jump in, Zara, and just kind of talk about kind of how you discovered running in the first instance, how you like got into this kind of running space, because I was looking on your Instagram before having this conversation. It's quite nice actually, because you've got your couple links to different accounts and that, and then at the bottom it just says, and I like to run a bit. So explain that. When did running kind of first come into your life?
So I guess I've always been like really sort of active.
Okay.
I used to run for the cross country team at school. I wasn't amazing at it, but I was still on the team.
Yeah.
However, properly started running about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
I used to do a boot camp class on a Saturday morning down by where we live, and there's like the most insane coffee van, which is, you would always do the boot camp class, then go for like a coffee and a cake after. Pretty standard,
Reward.
isn't it? Yeah. And he was like, oh, there's a few guys, a Teesside running club, who are setting up a social running club on a Sunday. Because I've always said I wanted to get back into running, but it was just, I guess, getting into running is hard, isn't it? If you don't have anyone to run with, running by yourself can be, so hard to motivate yourself. So yeah, he was just like, Zara, come along on a Sunday morning. And I put it off for a few weeks, I'm not going to lie. Anyway, I messaged him. I was like, I'm going to come down. And it was a Sunday morning at 8 a.m, middle of April last year. And I am not joking you, the weather was horrendous. And like, I had no proper running things. I hadn't got a waterproof. The trainers that I was wearing were like years old, probably had a hole in. And on the Instagram page, it was like 5, 7 and 10K options. And there was probably only 12 of us there. And I was like, oh, just go do the 5K. Anyway, nobody put the hand up to do the 5K. Nobody put the hand up to do the 7K. I was like, and I just didn't dare, because I think it's like a confidence thing as well, actually going to, if it's park run or even a gym class, actually having that confidence to just go on your own is a pretty major thing. I think we all get a bit of fear. Well, I definitely did anyway. Anyway, so yeah, rocked her, siling down with rain. Everyone there looked like they could run. Do you know what I mean? You look at people and like, oh, yeah, you've got all the gear on, you know what you're doing. Anyway, it was amazing. It was a really social pace as well. I didn't know anyone. I do chat a lot. Anyone that knows me, I'm surprised I don't have a sore throat by the end of the day, because I do not stop talking. And I loved it. And literally that was it. and I go down every Sunday now. And there's now about 80 of us, roughly, the numbers that they get. And it's just so nice as well. You know, there's people there from all different ages, backgrounds, and everyone's there for so many different reasons as well, you know. So that, you know, I guess probably been running for a year and a half. And that is how that got me back into running. And also I seem to I think it always happened from when I was little. My mum would definitely back me up on this. I'd always start like a new class. So when I was like really, you know, a lot younger, dance class, horse riding, netball, whatever it is, and I'd only last a few weeks. I'd get so bored. And running is the only thing I've ever stuck to. But I love it. I absolutely love it. It's nuts, really. No one else in
yeah.
my family does it either.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yeah,
Like, there's a
I'm the
couple of things
only
I want to
person.
pick up on in there, definitely, because the confidence thing's so cool. Like, because I think
Oh, nuts.
we all suffer from that, right? And it's so strange, right? Because nobody talks about the fact that everybody deals with like those confidence things, no matter like how long you've been running for or how quote unquote good you are. I hate the good bad sort of thing, but like quote unquote
Mm.
how good you are at running, you still I think you still feel some sort of like nervousness to like start something new. And I think everybody does. But when we feel it, when we feel that nervousness ourselves, it's like, oh, nobody else is feeling like this. That's kind of odd, isn't it?
It's so weird. Even like there's a new gym again. Like high rocks. Again, I'm not amazing at it, but I enjoy doing high
Yeah.
rocks. And there's a new high rocks gym, affiliated gym, opened near me, and I'm going for the first time on Saturday. And even like as I was booking the class, I was like, oh my god, where am I going to park? When I go in, like where do I stand? What am I going to do? Because also, you know, as I said before, going somewhere on your own and having that confidence to be like, right, I'm going to go and book on the gym class. I'm going to put my favorite gym leggings on. I'm going to put my comfy sports bra on, and I'm just going to go. Because also for me, it was like, I found like I was so busy at work. I was here, there, and everywhere, and I wasn't getting that time for myself. And I absolutely love exercising. It clears my mind. I much prefer going to an early morning gym class. You probably catch me in like a 6 a.m. class, which is disgusting, especially now with the weather. But for me, I like to get up, get it done, and it starts my day off so well. Like I feel amazing. I feel absolutely so good when I've been to a class or a run. So, but yeah, the confidence thing's nuts. And I would definitely say I had this conversation with someone the other day. I said, "Do you know what?" I said, "I actually feel like I'm the most confident I've ever been in my life." And he said, "Why is
Yeah.
that?" And I was like, "Do you know what? It sounds daft, but it's definitely down to running because I actually believe in myself more, if that makes sense." And I think people probably listening to this, if they're not a runner, they'll probably think, "What on earth is she talking about?" But it was something that I've done for myself. As I said, no one else in my family runs. You know, I've done this. I go to the park run on a Saturday morning, and I am quite dedicated. Is that the right word? So, um, yeah, been dedicated. And even, you know, I've signed up for a few 10K races. In every race, I was like, I wonder if I can push myself a bit more. Or I wonder if I can be a bit faster. I mean, I was sneakily looking for a flat course. I'm like, oh, I can't do that one.
We all
It's got
do
too
that.
many
We all do
hills.
that.
Uh, but yeah, it's I do love it. I absolutely love it.
I think it's that proving to yourself as well, isn't it? Like the confidence element of you speaking to your friend and saying, you know, I think I'm the most confident I've ever been. I think a lot of that
Yeah.
is because you're constantly proving to yourself that you can do this thing that maybe one time in your life like didn't feel like possible. So like whether that be a time or a distance or even committing to going to parkrun every Saturday or committing to going down to the club every Sunday, you're doing that all the time and you're constantly proving to yourself that like you can do these things. And I think with that comes confidence. If that makes sense.
100%. 100%. Like if you said to me, "Oh, you're going to run a half marathon," I'd be like, "Me? Why? No, definitely
Yeah.
not. I'll have to
Am I being
walk."
chased?
Yeah, literally. Don't. Yeah, I never in a million years thought I'd do that ever.
Yeah.
And it's weird actually. For the first time, how do you class New Year's Eve? I guess last year, don't you? New Year's Eve last year, for the first time ever, I wrote a list on my phone of things I wanted to achieve. And two of them was to try and get a PB for 5K and 10K. And do you know what? I haven't actually achieved those two things as of yet, but they're still on the list and we've still got a few months to go of the year. But it's like, it's that challenge for yourself. And as I saw a quote, and do you know what? I so wish I'd saved it. I shared it on my Instagram story. It was about women in fitness and having that hour to yourself and how important it is. Just having that time for yourself that, you've decided to think, right, I've booked that gym class or I'm just going to go for a walk with the dog. It's so important. And it can't, everyone's so busy, aren't they now? It's like, everyone's like, oh, got to be here, got to be there, got to do this, got to do that. I think as women, you forget you actually do really need that time for yourself, whatever it is. Even if it's just a cup of tea and having your nails done, like not even a run. It's crazy world we live in.
It's so important, and actually, we've had this conversation on the podcast a couple of times recently, and I think the reason that this is coming up, this theme, and it didn't come up for a very long time, and now, like, thematically, it seems to be coming up a lot, is that sort of like how busy we all are. And I think actually because of what happened in COVID and kind of we all were forced to slow down, there was kind of a slow acceleration back to the point of what it used to be like. And I think now we're at that point and we're all like, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed and this is too much. And what you're saying is like so paramount right now. You have to take that time for yourself, and whatever space that is in, whether fitness is your thing. Like for me, I need to just get something done or I feel a bit foggy. Like I don't feel quite myself, or I don't feel right if I don't do something in the day, like physically to get my heart going or whatever. But for somebody else, it might be sitting down and reading a book for an hour, or it might be, like you say, taking the dog for a walk or getting your nails done or catching up with a mate that you haven't caught up with for a bit. Like it's just so important to put that time almost into your day. And I know people have started like even scheduling time in their diary to be like, hey, this bit's for you. Do not fill this bit up.
Yeah. I have also on my list was learn to say no more, because I feel like if I was like, yeah, I'll do this. Yes, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll be here. Yeah, I'll be there. And I was like, I'm not an octopus. Like, I can't be in all these places at once. But it's also the sense of you don't want to let anyone down, do you? And it's having that time for you. It's just an hour. An hour is all I need. Do you know what? Even 45 minutes. It just makes such a difference, especially on your own mental health as well, and how you are around other people.
It's if you have that time, you're often more productive and better around other people as well. So it's almost like you've got more time, even though you've got less time. So it's like just take it. Just take that time for yourself. Is that something you struggle with? Because I mean, speaking from personal experience, I've definitely struggled with saying no. Like I'm not very good at it. I'm getting better at it, but I'm still not that great at it. Have you kind of had that through your life?
Yeah. So my mum and I, we have got 2 ladies' fashion boutiques based in East Yorkshire. We're a small, independent, family-run business. We've been trading for 16 years, and I actually live an hour and a half away now. So I'm actually based in North Yorkshire with my husband. And I do regular commute back to Hull. And the commute's long, work's manic, having 2 shops and then running an online side as well. For us, like during COVID, we had the most amazing reaction to our online side. We were doing lives on Facebook, on Instagram, and the business really, really grew. But the start of this year, I said to Mum, I was like, I can't be in all these places at once. And I was like, who am I doing it for? Am I doing it just for, I know I'm doing it for the customers, but I can't do everything. So for me, this year, I have really reined things in a good way. I'm so much more productive. I don't put as much stock online. That's not a bad thing. I've started to create a lot more content for shop tours. So driving people in the shop is amazing. But yeah, having that, sometimes I feel like you have to take a step back and be like, actually, you only live once and you've got to do it right. So they say, And it can just get too much, can't it? But I feel like everyone feels that, no matter if it's work, if it's family, home life, whatever. We all seem to, again, just be weirdly so busy again and forget to have that time for yourself. So for me this year, I was like, I need to rein it in a bit, because you can't be in a million places at once, and that is okay. Like, that is
Yeah.
fine. You know?
That's such a powerful question to ask yourself, who you're doing it for. Actually, it's scary sometimes as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
Because you're like, if I have to ask myself, who am I doing it for? I'm going to have to actually like face the answer to that question, which is like, do I really, do I really want to get into all of that? But it's a
exactly.
powerful thing.
And it's like, we have the most amazing customers in the world. And a few of them are like, oh, good, you don't put as much stock on, or you don't do as many lives. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Like, and it's
Mm.
not because I'm not working hard. I'm working still equally as hard. But you just have to find that balance, don't you, in life?
Yeah.
And I mean, I turned 30 this year. Well, only a few weeks ago. And I was very struggling at turning 30. I was like, oh God, life is getting serious, isn't it now? 30. No. I'm kind of joking about that. I'm not really. I did actually have a bit of a nervous breakdown about turning 30.
It's, I'm 32, so I've been through it, Zara, so we're all okay.
It's nuts, isn't it? I was like,
Yeah.
God. But yeah, I was a bit like, again, it goes back to, who are you doing it for? It's not like I'm being lazy. I'm just reining it in a bit.
That's like, I'm relating to so much you're saying, because as well, like, you can be so busy and then somebody asks you, can you do this? And you say yes, because that's who you are. Like, and you
Yeah.
just say
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
And you're
yeah.
like, I'll deal with it. I'll somehow fit it into this schedule that's already at 100%. And you'll just keep doing that and keep doing that and keep doing that. And then when you do say no, you almost, until you kind of ask yourself that question of like, why am I doing this? You almost feel guilty. Like
Really
I've been in
guilty.
that position before where I'm like, somebody's asking me to do something. I know I can't. I just know I don't have time. But if I say no, I'm like, I doubt myself. I'm like, hey, can I actually put this into a 24-hour day
Yeah.
where I have got half an hour spare? It's just, it's a weird feeling, isn't it? Like, why do we feel that
Yeah.
guilt? I don't get it.
I really relate to that. Really relate
Yeah.
to it.
Odd. Very odd feeling.
And I'm always late.
Yeah.
Have you gathered?
Yeah, just for context, we're recording this and it was a 10:30 booking, and I think it was I don't know. I'm going to be nice. 1:45.
I had AirPod
Yeah,
problems.
AirPod problems. That's fine. But
I've
no,
never turned up to a race late, though. There's
well,
an interesting fact.
yeah,
And
that
I've
is a
never
good.
turned up to a park run late either. So
Okay. Well, there you go. The priorities, Zara. You've got the priorities in the right place, which is
exactly.
great. I think it's I think like the having those touch points though through the week is incredibly important, like we've kind of talked about. So the gym classes and the stuff at the weekends, and like that's kind of in the diary, and they're non-movers, and that's almost something like I said, like that time in your diary that's totally for you.
Yeah.
The
It's
family
routine,
element,
isn't it?
yeah, the routine, and I think routine's so important. The family element that you've mentioned a couple of times, like what do they think about this being like your thing? Because it's your thing right now, right? This is the thing that you've
Oh, it
got
is
in your
my thing.
diaries. Yeah, like,
Yeah. This is like,
do they
I
get
say, if
it?
I go, yeah. Yeah, I think so. You
Okay.
have to ask them if they get it, but they're very proud of me. My mum is so proud of me. She's like,
Shit.
she said to me the other day, she said, when you did the Great North Run, I was like, yeah, because she was tracking me on the app, which I think is so
Love
cool.
that.
I love that. She was like, do you ever stop and like walk at all? I was like, that is so rude. I was like, I cannot believe you just asked me that question. It's like, no, I ran my little heart out like this. But no, everyone is, I think, really proud of me. I think, yeah, some of them probably think I'm a bit nuts, but nothing's probably new there. And you do still sometimes, a few people say, oh God, you're not overdoing it, are you? You seem to run a lot. I don't know if you ever get that, but
Yeah.
I think people that don't run, I think it's only because they're concerned. Again, I am fit and healthy. But I think, because also what I seem to only post on Instagram at the moment is gym, being in the gym, a little gym selfie, which I am not. Do you know what? Also, I love filming myself running, and I'm okay with that. I love it. I'm like, yeah, this is me. Here's my Strava as well. Little overlay there. Again, it's going back to that confidence thing. Like, I don't care what people think, not in a
Yeah.
nasty way. It's just because I'm confident in doing that, and that is okay. But yeah, I do also think, some family members, especially my granddad. My granddad's on Instagram. He's super cool. He's like, "Oh, I've seen you running again. Sure, you're not overdoing it?" I'm like, "I promise you, I'm not." But I think, people that don't run, and I think if that's all I'm posting as well, I probably think, God, that's what she does. She's just, but I'm actually not. I probably only run 3 times a week, 3-4 times a
Yeah.
week max.
I
But
think there
yeah,
should
it's
be a Instagram account of mums following their children on races. Like,
yeah,
it's so funny. It's so funny. I remember I did London one year, and my mum was tracking me, and it gets really bad around sort of Canary Wharf for signal and stuff. And after the fact, like, the amount of notifications I had on my phone, like, "Have you stopped?" You're like, "No, it's just there's the tracker. I did promise I
yeah.
didn't stop." It's like, "Are you
It's the
sure? You sure?
GPS.
It's the
I know.
GPS. Have you stopped?" Yeah, it's funny. I think as well,
I
like, the
know.
Instagram thing is like that's the reflection of who you are, right? That's what Instagram should be. It should be a reflection of, like,
Yeah,
what you do, and that's probably changed over the years as well, right?
massively. I
Yeah.
mean, I do sometimes look at my Instagram and think, and I don't really post much on there. Now it's so different. Everyone wants to be a content creator, and they're all posting these high tech reels, and I'm just, it's all too technical for me. I'm like,
Mm.
I'm here, I'm real. I have to say, I'm fairly normal, and I guess, yeah, back in the day, I was on Love Island and did a few things. Um, but I look back and think, oh God, that's just so not me anymore. I feel like I'm such a different person. I'm so different. I don't really post much on Instagram, and it's like, if I do now, it's all running related to holidays. Or the dog, Eddie, our French bulldog. He's amazing.
So all of the
But
very
yeah,
good things there, Zara, I'll be honest, like, and dog content, holiday content, running content. You're describing my Instagram pretty much to a T there as well, to be fair. Um, does it feel weird, like, looking back at, stuff on Instagram from, like you say, back in the day? Is that an odd experience to think about?
it's weird. It is
Mm.
weird. I think because, again, like, I don't know, just kind of, I'm older. Um, I'm a lot more confident. I think, yeah, looking back, it does feel like it's a very different me, if that makes sense. I'm not a different person. It's just, but I think everyone looks back. I mean, it's been 10 years nearly since all of that shizzle happened. Um, so I think if anybody looked back over 10 years of their life, everyone would say they've had different things going on. And this is where I am now. I'm very happy. Work's great. I've got an amazing family around me. And I love running.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, it's
But
it's
it is
everything.
odd. It is
It
odd. Yeah, it is. Um, yeah, it is bizarre.
everything that you went through, though, has obviously got you to the place you are now, which is like, that's the other thing, that when people kind of, I'm not going to ask the question like, would you go back and do the same thing again? Because it's kind of a weird one. You can't change it anyway, is the first thing. And the second thing, it's like, well, if I didn't do all of the stuff that I did, I wouldn't be the person that I am now. So it's kind of like, it's a bit of a catch-22 question, because you're here,
Exactly.
as you say, you're doing what you love, you're in an amazing position, and it's like so cool to see as well, like, the confidence that you have and have built, and that you do love running, which we've definitely covered a few times, which is amazing. I want to touch on the 30 thing, right? The 30, like, turning 30, you said, like, you had a bit of an existential crisis over that. um, I understand, because it wasn't that long ago that I turned 30 as well. And you move out of putting a 2 at the start of your age, and you're like, why does it matter that I'm just putting another little curly bit on the bottom? But for some reason it does. I don't know
It's weird.
why. Like, how did you
I don't
feel?
know
Why was it
why.
strange?
Oh, I don't know. Just I said, like, 30, I feel like this whole thing, like, life gets serious when it's 30. which it doesn't. Like, you don't feel any different, but it's also, do you know what it really is? You actually think, time is just going a little bit too fast.
Yeah.
Like, it's a bit nuts how quickly everything's going. And I said to one of the girls the other day, I was like, God, I've had Facebook, which I rarely go on Facebook, but I logged on the other day, a Facebook memory pop up, and it was 12 years ago. And I said, oh my God. I said, I'll be 42 next if it's 12 years have gone that quick. But again, I mean, age is just a number. Like, it doesn't change anything. It doesn't matter. But I did have a bit of a mental block becoming 30. I was a bit like,
Yeah. That looking ahead thing is like terrifying, isn't it? That, like you say, like looking back and looking ahead. But I think at the same time that can be quite powerful as well, because yes, that specific memory probably felt like it was yesterday or whatever. Like, I definitely have them as well. But also, I often think, like, if I was to look back at 22-year-old me and everything that's happened from 22 till 32, that's a lot of stuff. Like, there's a lot of stuff in there. So imagine the amount of stuff that's going to happen between now and 10 years' time.
hopefully.
There'll be loads. There'll be loads of races.
I know, well. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've got a couple coming up next month, so I'm excited for those. So hopefully we'll get a couple of, I don't know, just have a nice day out, really.
Exactly. Well, that's exciting that you're looking forward to them as like nice days out. You mentioned the Great North Run, and I want to touch on that. Pretty brutal day, like in terms of weather conditions and stuff. It wasn't the best. Obviously, being from where you're from, like, it's quite a close race as well. It's a very famous race. How was it? Did you enjoy it? Yeah. Atmosphere?
I love it. Like, unbelievable. I can't. So again, I even said this to friends, family. I was like, even if you're a non-runner, I was like, you need to go and experience the atmosphere and have a day out and cheer everyone on. Because again, I think something like the Great North Run, you see, I mean, there's the elites that I just find so fascinating. Then you've got obviously all the guys in the wheelchairs, sorry. Then you've got people who are dressed up as gorillas, carrying the most ridiculous things. And I'm looking at them thinking, how on earth would you do that? Like, it's like hardcore stuff. I mean, I think that last year there was a guy who ran it backwards. I'm sure it was, honestly. But the Great North Run, I did it last year for the first time. And obviously last year the weather was, again, not nice. But for me this year, I had a great race. I just wanted to enjoy it. I didn't put any pressure on myself. I didn't want to go for time. I just scraped under 2 hours. And I say just by 2 seconds. But it's still I don't know how much it technically counts, but I'm going with it.
Definitely counts.
The atmosphere is amazing. And I think it's such an inspiring day as well. You have that sense of community there. Again, I just went up on my own. I got the train on Sunday morning, and it was like a party on the train. It was just amazing. Everyone was chatting to each other. Got off, and everything was so well organised. Jumped on the metro, got off, walked to the start, dropped my bag. It's just, I can't put it into words how much I love it. It was definitely up there with one of the best days of my life. You can't, the experience is just nuts, and the atmosphere, the crowds, I'll always be so thankful for. However, I hit a bit of a brick wall at about 15k.
Okay.
This hopefully will make people laugh. Well, I've been a little bit injured for the majority of the year, which has been highly annoying. With my IT band, which has just been affecting like the side of my knee. So I did York 10k in August, and I taped it up. Physio did it for me. I can't take any credit for that. Again, if you have any niggles, you've gotta watch them out. Don't keep running, guys. Anyway, so I was a little bit concerned because I hadn't got as many long runs in before the Great North Run. But I thought, you know what? I went away for my 30th. I ran in Greece, and very hot.
Oof.
And I thought, it'd be fine, absolutely fine. So I taped my knee up, which I used the same tape as York. I didn't do anything different, didn't put any body lotions on or anything like that. Anyway, it started to come off like literally straight away. And I had like a bit of a mental block as if I was thinking, gosh, should I just take it off now? But then I thought, mentally, am I going to think that my knee's starting to hurt? So yeah, on my pictures up until about 8K, you just see this like tape flopping around, which is, well, I was just like, let's just keep it on. Anyway, so ripped the tape off at about 8K, and I was like, oh God, what's going to happen now? I was like, run, I'll be fine. Head down, look at the crowds, get some jelly babies, be fine. Anyway, hit a bit of a brick wall at about 15K. I don't know, I just kind of thought, oh God, I've got so long. And there was quite a big headwind as well, coming to the end.
Yeah.
Anyway, a pacer went by me. It was a 140 pacer. And I'd love to thank him. I put it on my story straight after, because I was like, I'd love to thank this guy. He had a speaker on his back and he was blasting out Spice Girls. Now, for anyone that knows me, I am obsessed with the Spice Girls. Spice Girls are like my karaoke song. I went to see them twice on the tour. Like, honestly, I am obsessed. The album gets played in my car at least once a week. So he had Wanna Be On. And I was like, oh my God. It was like a gift that came out of nowhere. And I never run with headphones in, which a lot of people are shocked about, but I never have. And I don't think I ever will. I don't know why. I mean, never say never, but I don't feel like I need it. Anyway, we can come back to that if you need to. Anyway, he ran by me and he was so energetic, this guy. I was like, oh, yes, I can do this. I found this like new lease of life. I have no idea where it came from. Run. Looking at my watch, I was like, oh my God, I need to slow down. I'm going far too fast for this. But I think it's so amazing that something so little can totally change how you feel. And as I said, the crowds at the Great North Run are insane, and I will always be so thankful for them. I mean, the banners, what they hand out, they cheer, they shout your name. But especially with all the runners as well, you do feel like you're all in it together. And again, everyone's there for so many different reasons. If they're there on their own and they just want to get PB, or they're running for charity, which I think is amazing. I've run for charity the last 2 years. So yeah, it's can you tell I love it? I love it. It's great.
It's all about headspace, I think. And that's,
Yeah.
we'll definitely touch on the music thing as well, because we've talked a lot about sort of, making sure you've got time for yourself and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
that moment where you're at 15K and it's like hard, you're kind of talking negatively to yourself a little bit, aren't you? Because you're thinking, oh, my knee, like you've been thinking that for the whole race realistically. And at that point, you're kind of in that position that a lot of us find ourselves in, of a bit of sort of like, oh no, what's going to happen now?
Yeah.
And then that happens and it just straight away puts you in that positive headspace, doesn't it? You're like, oh my God, this is incredible. And then you're off again. So it's so obvious how much like your mentality matters to you when you run.
100%.
That's for everybody, right? That's just, if you're being
It's for
positive
everyone.
and you think it's okay, like you're probably going to run better.
And also, I think sometimes you've got to say to yourself, I can do this.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I speak to people about running, because again, I do speak to everyone. What have you done this weekend? Oh, I've done the park run, run. Blah, blah, blah. And when some people who don't run say, oh, I couldn't do that, I wouldn't be able to run to the end of the road. I'm like, yes, you can. I was like, that's the thing. Yes, you can, because you've already told yourself you can't do it. So of course you can. And there's so many great things out there. Even now, I mean, I feel like I've talked about park runs a lot, but I do feel like a park run, or if you find a running club near you, like a social one, if you've never started to run before, personally, I would advise park run, because now I've got the park walk. So, it's fine to walk as well. Like, it is absolutely fine. Like, don't put that pressure on yourself. Just getting up and going to the park run, a gym class, whatever it is, that is the first step. Again, and it also goes back to having that time for yourself, isn't it? But just getting up and setting your alarm. And I always lay my gym things out on the night before, lay everything out, gym, and watch is charged. Because also it's just, I've got it then, know what I'm doing. I'm like, right, just get up. mean, I'm still half asleep trying to put my contacts in. I'm like, I can't put them in the right eye.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's nuts. It is nuts how one little thing can totally change how you feel. But it's believing in yourself. I think a lot of people struggle with. I did. I was like, oh, I can't do this. I can't do that. I'm like, actually, I can. Of course I can. Who's telling you you can't? Only yourself. No one else.
yeah,
And also, it's like
100%.
kind of a sense of like, I wanted to prove to other people that I can do this. And, I am going to do this. So yeah, that's quite a big thing for me as well.
And you've done it like many times over, and I'm sure you'll continue to do it. Like it's that confidence, it's that progression, it's that way that it makes you feel. And I think there are a lot of people that I'm sure that are listening to this right now that if they one have been doubting about going for their run today are going to go and do that, or
Hope
you know
so.
maybe they haven't taken that first step yet, and hopefully this will inspire them to do that because again, it's that message of you can do it. Because even if you doubted yourself for
Yeah.
years and years and years and you thought, oh, I can't. No, there's no way I could be that person or run that race. You can, genuinely.
And also, do you know what? You might start running and you might do it for 4 weeks and you might absolutely hate it. And that's also
100%.
okay
Yep.
because running then isn't for you and that's fine. I don't want to give people the message of being like, yes, just because I love running, so should you. I've got loads of friends that they bike. Um, if you couldn't catch me on a bike, I mean, I hate it in the gym. Like, I'm petrified, and those clip-in shoe things as well. Oh my god, it just like no, but that's like because that's not for me. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? Like,
100%. Yeah.
yeah.
Give it,
Oh
give it,
man.
give it 5 years, and we'll get you on a podcast called "Gone Cycling Zara." I'm sure.
Yes, Saz has just signed up for an Ironman now.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. There's always there's
No.
always progression down the line. Like we'll be looking back in 10 years' time, as we said on a Facebook memory that says,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, that was the first time I actually ever got on a bike. Yeah, decided to do that."
It'll be on my list thrown to New Year's Eve this year.
Yeah,
I'll be like, all right, I've done my high
yeah.
rocks. That's what I wanted to do. But no, I just I don't enjoy cycling. I
Okay,
can't.
okay. Well,
It actually, it just honestly, but it scares me. I have no reason why. I have no what. Like, you know, maybe I do need to give it another go. But I think just going back to that message is, I don't. I want to inspire people to, I guess, believe in themselves. If that makes sense.
yeah,
Um, have that time as well for you. Like, if it is just that half an hour walk, booking on a Pilates class, gym class, park run, whatever it is. And I do feel like when you find whatever gives you that sense of release, calmness, whatever you want to call it, then keeping it up, if that makes sense. Like, think
yeah,
actually, yeah, every Saturday morning I do have that half an hour free. So don't book anything in, don't book an appointment, don't say yes to the coffee. Go and be consistent.
yeah.
I think that's really important.
I wish I could give myself a little sort of 10-second feeling of how I feel post doing the thing, whatever that may
Oh my
be.
God.
Like whether it's the run or the bike or the walk with a mate or whatever it is. Like I wish I could give myself that 10-second feeling when I'm saying, I'm not going to do it. I don't want to do it. I'm talking myself out of it because the feeling you get after is always way better than the feeling that you have before. But for some reason, that feeling you have before, it's so easy to convince yourself not to do it.
Yeah. I sometimes think, probably, again, people are probably going to think I'm more nuts now, but if I'm having a bit of a mental block, I think, right. Or if anything starts to niggle, I think, okay, the pain is only temporary while I'm running. But also think of how amazing you're going to feel after. It is crazy. I wish you could bottle it up and be like, this is how you're going to feel, or you could just tell people because it is nuts. It's that major endorphin rush, though, isn't it? I mean, it's
Yeah,
for
for
me.
sure.
I mean, finish a gym class and run, and especially at the gym, again, it goes back to if a good song comes on, you're like, oh yeah, you get a little bit of dance move on, and yeah, I think also as well. Um, I mean, I don't know about for guys, but I think for women, there's also a bit of pressure of like how to look in the gym, what to wear. Like, I feel like a lot of people think, oh God, I have to have a full new gym outfit. Don't get me wrong, I'm a nightmare for buying a new pair of shorts or leggings or a hoodie, but you don't have to. Do you know what I mean? You just wear any old t-shirt that you've got. You know, I don't want people to think I can't do that because I haven't got X, Y, and Z. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
do you feel like there's like a major thing where, oh, I have to go and spend a fortune on this, that, the other? You know, there's so many amazing brands out there that are so reasonable. You know, you don't have to just follow the crowd of what trainers they wear and what gym shorts they wear. Like I found an amazing brand. I was in Dubai at New Year, and again carried on training out there as well. Like never ever ever in a million years I would go on holiday and run and train. But again, how nuts is this? Went to Dubai, saw on Instagram a very small gym, and I messaged him. I was like, here for a week. Could I come and have a day pass? Again, the classes were very me, how I like to train. And from that, I have met some of the most amazing friends. We all did High Rocks in Bangkok together this year. Two of the girls are honestly two of the nicest people you'd ever wish to meet. Similar age to me, all from the UK now, live and work in Dubai. But again, if somebody said to me I would be going to join a gym class in Dubai and not know anybody, even a year ago, I'd be like, absolutely not, certainly not. But I had that confidence to order my Uber, go do the class, you know, and I carried on running. They had a run club, they had a social run club on Thursday, and it was brilliant. But yeah, when I was in Dubai as well, I found a Scottish couple. Again, they're PTs in Dubai now. She has an amazing brand called Original Culprit, and her gym shorts are fab, and they're so good. The colors are amazing. She has a UK site as well, and I have no reason to give her a shout out other than that she's a small business, and I absolutely love her shorts.
Yeah.
But yeah, just this. I guess there's two things to that. One, don't feel like you have to spend a fortune and look a certain way in the gym, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But then I guess you can also go on the flip side of that is, I have like a favorite pair of shorts, right? They're a blue pair of shorts. They're really comfy and they make me feel good. And do you know what? They actually make me feel confident. But I think again, as women and men, the minute you put something on and someone gives you a compliment, like, oh, I like your top or I like your sweatshirt, you're like, oh, thanks. Like, everyone loves it. Like, I don't care what anyone says, and I'm maybe I'm wrong. I don't think I am. But also giving someone a compliment is really nice. I feel like we don't do that often enough.
Yeah, 100%. I think look good, feel good's real, right? People say it because it's real.
Look good,
But
feel good.
if you do look good, then you likely feel good. I think that can be relative because, as you say as well, and that's such an important thing that you said about, you know, you don't need all of this amazing top end gear. There are some amazing places you can get nice stuff for like a fraction of the cost of, you know, the high end stuff, 100%.
Yeah.
And I I do kind of I'm so with you on that because that can be a barrier to entry as well, particularly now as the fitness space is growing online more and more and more every day. We've seen it with running now, but I think it's also like your high rocks and what kind of happened with CrossFit 5 years ago. Like it's so massive, it's so fashionable that there's so much money getting put into it, which means there's a
Yeah.
lot more. You know, there's a lot more brands then, higher end brands that are getting into it, which means that there is that element of like consumerism, which doesn't it shouldn't put people off, but I think it probably does. So it's like,
Definitely.
it's just maybe try and take a step away from that and realize that you're again, and I really like that this whole conversation has kind of been like doing it for you. You're not doing it to be like, hey, look at me showing off to other people, or you shouldn't be anyway. You're doing it because you want to do it. And if, you know, getting a nice pair of shorts and feeling confident in that pair of shorts is going to help you want to do it for you, I think, yeah, get the pair of shorts. You know what I mean? It's
And
just
take a cheeky selfie in the mirror afterwards and
100%.
upload it, be like, chip day.
As long as it's
And people
for
probably
you,
think
innit?
that's a bit cringe.
Yeah.
Again, but I'm like, I like it. I want to do that because I have got up at 5:20 and I have worked myself
Yeah.
up, you know. It's not say that then, but
You can say but. You can say but.
I've worked very hard for an hour. And that's okay. You know, that is
100%.
absolutely fine.
Right, Zara, let's finish with this because on that list at New Year's Eve was the 5K and 10K. As you said, that's not happened yet, but it will happen. I've got every confidence.
Oh,
Like when it comes to New Year's 2025, I forgot the year we were in then. What's going on
oh
that
God.
list? What's on there for 2026? Have you thought about it? And this can be athletic, this can be business related, personal life.
Oh
Like
God.
what's going on the list? Give me 5 things.
5? That's a lot.
Do you want 3? We'll go for 3. We'll do 3.
Okay. Well, definitely to be happy and healthy for myself, for everyone around me. I think that has to be the most important thing. Being healthy and your health is everything. 2, don't know. 2, keep consistent with training.
Yeah.
I think because January, actually, I've signed up for a totally nuts thing. Forgot to tell you this. Hang on, I have to get it on my phone because, right, it's on the 31st of January. There's 200 people running, but hang on a second. Let me try and find it. Basically, it's for 12 hours and it's like an ultra run. And it's like I run on the hour, I think it's 6.5K.
Okay.
Run on the hour, 6.5K every hour for 12 hours. And basically,
Yeah.
obviously, stop when you want to. But again, that's a bit like for me, I was like, well, I've never done anything like that before. I love running. January, everyone's like, doing
I love that.
dry January or doing some sort of challenge. I'm trying to find it, but yeah, I guess stay consistent with training because I have already signed up for nuts things. There's definitely a few things on there that I don't want to say, but
Okay.
so I'm gonna mentally say I'm ahead and hope that they happen.
Okay. I like that. I like that.
I'm trying to find the thing. Hang on a second, because I feel like it's quite interesting. What is
I
it?
think so. There's a concept called backyard ultra, right? Which I think it's probably a similar thing to that. So it's 6.4K on
they've
the hour
definitely
every
based it
hour
on it.
until you basically fall over. But I like that. I like the way that how you've described that as being like a 12-hour thing because it's like
12-hour challenge, backyard ultra, no limits.
No limits. I love that though because it's like it's something very difficult and something very different, but it's also like taking a step into something else because you do have like a 12-hour cutoff type thing. It's still a heck of a long way to cover, obviously, in 12 hours. But yeah, you mentioned like the Great North Run and like the people at the front of the pack. Well, after this, if you want to completely blow your mind, Zara, Google backyard ultra world records and have a look at some of the people that have done that concept on the hour every hour for
God,
the length, the time. It's wild, but like that's what's so cool about this world, isn't it? Is that there are people.
honestly.
Yeah, it's and do you know what? There's something that's been so lovely about this conversation is like how passionate you are about this because
I am.
you've said I love it, but some people say they love it and don't actually love it. You actually love it, don't you?
Yeah, me too. Like, and I will run again because I guess like last year was like my first winter running, so obviously in dark and a morning and a night. I think as a woman as well, running on your own in the dark is like quite a major thing.
Yep.
I think that's also why I don't run with headphones, and I guess that's quite sad in some respects. But at the same time, like, I don't think I would feel comfortable running with them, which is fine, each to their own. But I run with my amazing friend Holly. She's super fast. She's such a good runner. She inspires me so much at running as well. But yeah, Holly and I run in the winter. We're both there with our illuminated, if that's the right word, isn't it?
I think so,
Illuminated?
yeah.
Yeah. Bright yellow, reflective wear, jackets on. She's got a head torch on, and we
Amazing.
go and we still get it done, you know. And yeah, anything else I wouldn't have carried on. But it's for me, it's honestly the way it makes me feel. And it's having that, again, going back to that personal challenge. Like, I am quite competitive, in a good way. And I like to set myself that challenge and have something to work towards as well. I just really enjoy that side to it. But yeah, I guess consistent with training. The third one, I don't know.
You're allowed to keep them secret. That's absolutely fine, because I like the way you said, you know, I've got a few, but I'm going to say them in my head. But you've said them, so that's all we need, Zara. I think let's go full circle. I'm going to ask a question that I think I know the answer. I know the answer to, but it's not a stressful one. It's not a stressful one.
Okay.
What are you up to this weekend? Have you got a couple of things on?
Do you know what I have actually? I'm going to do the park run on a Saturday morning in Northallerton. And actually, I'm playing paddle tennis on Sunday morning. I started paddle again a couple of years ago, but then I discovered running, and that kind of just got pushed aside. But actually, Sunday morning, I'm actually not doing my social Sunday. Tut. I am playing paddle instead this Sunday. But yes, funnily enough, there are a lot of activities involved.